Hey, this is Matt from InvestiQuant. Today is Friday, July 2, 2021. Today is another up day in the markets. So this morning we gapped up and traded sideways for a while. It was pretty quiet in that first hour or so of trading, but once we broke out to the upside, it has been all up and away for the markets. And that's for all of the markets here, except for the Russell, which is kind of doing its own thing here in this top right chart. It's been weaker throughout the day, but you look at the S&P here, we gapped up, consolidated a tight range, finally broke, and then took off to the races on the upside. We're trading up at the highs of the session right now, following several higher closes. So we got kind of a unique pattern that is forming here, and that's what we're going to be looking at this afternoon, is this unique pattern where every day of the week has the potential to close higher. So let's go ahead and take a look at what that has led to as we approach the close here on this Friday afternoon. I've selected all four instruments. We're going to be looking at a time-based entry that gets long at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. The exit is set to 4:15 p.m. Eastern Time. And the pattern we're going to be looking at is going to be based upon opening higher on the session. So I'm going to go opening filters, click on gap up in the gap direction. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to walk down to this post-open filters section, and I'm going to say that 3 p.m. price, which is the time of the entry that I'm using here, is above the prior session close. So to do that, I'm going to go to intraday close versus daily levels, and I'm going to hit equals next to above prior close. That adds it to the test. So this just means at 3 p.m. you're trading above yesterday's closing price. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hop down to the price patterns library, and in the active today section, this section tells you what is true for today's session. All these things are applicable to today's session. If I go down to that very last option that's shown here, day after 4 higher closes, that's going to be looking at a pattern of 4 consecutive higher closes, and that is true for today. So now I've got 4 higher closes followed by a session that is trading above the prior session close at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. And then next, I'm going to put us in a similar market environment, above a 10, above a 200-day simple moving average. And lastly, to complete this pattern, I'm going to say that today is Friday. So that means these 4 consecutive higher prices have taken place throughout the same week, and it is now Friday. You're trading above Thursday's close, working on your 5th consecutive higher close. So let me go ahead and hit view results, and we can see what this has led to. And here we go. These are the results based upon entering the market long at 3 p.m. Eastern Time when it is a Friday afternoon that is trading above the prior session closing price at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. And it is on the heels of 4 consecutive higher closes above a 10 and 200-day simple moving average. And historically, we've got 28 samples of this for the S&P dating back to 2003. For the NASDAQ, we've got 30 samples. We've got 30 for the Dow and 27 for the Russell. If we look at the win rates on them, the win rate for the S&P is 61%. So 61% of those have ended up continuing higher from 3 o'clock to 4:15. For the NASDAQ, that is even stronger. 70% of those have continued higher in that final hour and 15 minutes of trading. Now, for the Russell and the Dow, very neutral there, 50 and 48% respectively for those two instruments. If we look at the average win and average loss on this pattern, you'll notice the average win is quite a bit larger than the average loss for the S&P. For the NASDAQ, they're very similar in size. The Dow has a larger average win than loss, and then the Russell is pretty close in size for average win and average loss. So we're a little bit mixed on what has been larger historically when comparing the wins and losses. But at least for the S&P and the NASDAQ, this pattern has often favored higher prices into the close, following all of this momentum throughout the week. So hopefully you guys found that helpful. A reminder, on Monday, the markets will be closed. There'll be no daily IQs, but we'll be back at it on Tuesday. So enjoy a great long Independence Day weekend, and we will see you on Tuesday.